multiplication and division of algebraic fractions. So in these questions we're going to have to try to simplify. We can't actually work out the calculation, so it's just a matter of writing it in a simpler format. So here we're going to multiply fractions, and to do so you multiply the numerators and the denominators together. So x would be multiplied by 6 and 3 with 7. However, you can remember if there's a factor on the numerator and denominator, like 3, you can divide through by that first. So we'd be left with, in this question, x multiplied by 2 on the numerator and 1 times 7 on the denominator. 2 times x is 2x and 1 times 7 is 7. So your answer is 2x over 7. In example 2 here, we've got 8 multiplied by x over 6. When we're multiplying by a fraction, we'd like to multiply a fraction by a fraction. So we need to write 8 as a fraction, and 8 is equivalent to 8 wholes. Then we multiply the numerators together, 8 times x, and we multiply the denominators together, 1 times 6. Again, if you can spot, you could have actually divided the numerator by 2 to give 4, and the denominator by 2 to give 3. And that means we've got 4 times x in the numerator, which is 4x, and 1 times 3 in the denominator, which is 3. Example 3, we have x over 5 divided by 7 over x. Now we're dividing the fraction here, so we need to make sure we go through that process of keeping the first, flipping the second, and changing the sign. You cannot simplify at this very first stage. We must change it first of all. So it's keep the first, flip the second, and change the sign. And when you do that, you see actually there's nothing to cancel out there. There's not a x on the numerator and denominator. So do not cancel out the very start. And now when written as a multiplication, there is no simplifying. We just multiply the numerators together, x times x, which is x squared, and 5 times 7, which is 35. Example 4, we have 3a over 4 times 5a over 9. So the rule is to multiply the numerators together and denominators together. But we can see there's a 3 as a common factor on the numerator and denominator. So if we divide 3 by 3, that will make it easier. So on the numerator we've got a times 5a, and the denominator is 4 times 3. You can see sometimes I switch between actually writing that out and not writing it out. I suppose it's an optional line. Here I didn't see any much need, but it may be useful for you. A times 5a, you multiply together the letters. A times a will give you a squared, and then you've got 5 of that. I suppose that's 5 times 1. You've got 1 and a 5, 1 times 5, that's 5. On the denominator you've got the 4 times the 3, which simply gives you 12. And I've just decided on a wee extra fifth example. So if we had something maybe like 3a divided by 4, and we multiplied that by maybe 12 over a. In this case, when you're multiplying numerators together, okay, you can put it all together in one line if you wish. But let's look at the common factors is what I want to bring out here. Common to the numerator and denominator is the 4. So we can divide 3 by 4. But also, there's an a in the numerator and an a in the denominator. So you can divide numerator and denominator by a. So you're actually left with, on the numerator, 3 times 3, which is 9, and 1 times what? Well, see, when you cancel these out, they don't actually disappear. They're actually going to be, when you divide a by a, you get 1, and you divide a by a, you get 1. So it's actually 1 times 1. So you're left with 1 on the denominator. 9 over 1, or 9 wholes, which is equal to 9.